What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Randy here with RTS Mobile Gaming. We are talking about an awesome build today. We are talking about this fantastic unique for my Necromancer called the Bloodless Scream. This thing is absolutely disgusting, and the build today is going to showcase this. Okay, so get excited. First things first, let's talk real quick through the build. I'll spend 30 seconds and we'll get into some actual nightmare dungeons, okay? So, Bloodless Scream is really interesting. It gives bonus darkness damage to chilled and frozen enemies. So this is really interesting, and it pairs really nicely with a few other items on my bar, which we'll talk about in just a second. It also applies chill when I use a darkness skill, and if you are using essence generation, using a darkness skill against an enemy who is frozen will generate a fantastic amount of essence, okay? This is a really big deal if you're using an essence demanding build. My particular build I'm running right now does not use any essence, so that part of the Bloodless Scream is actually wasted. However, I am going to abuse the fact that darkness skills chill the enemies. This is going to pair perfectly with the unique boots Penitent Greaves, okay? The boots also chill the enemies, alright? But in addition to that, it gives me a multiplicative damage bonus on enemies who are chilled. So adding an 8% multiplicative damage bonus, it maxes out at 10%, but having an 8% damage bonus here for this build is really nice, okay? It's going to give me a ton of bonus damage. It's also going to apply an enormous amount of crowd control, which is really great, okay? We are also using one other unique for this build. This is optional. I was running this build with actually frozen gauntlets instead to apply 20% chance to apply frozen to enemies when I damage them. I've decided to switch to this Howl from Below for the running corpse explosions, and the fact that this gives so much lucky hit procs for crowd control. I just can't get over it. It's so good. Okay, the rest of the build is a pretty straightforward corpse explosion build. I've got Sovereign Helm with consuming corpse giving me blood orbs to give myself some sustainability. Okay, I've got a fantastic 4-way defense bonus chest right here, which is great, along with the armor. Okay, so it's a disobedience armor bonus that stacks. The legs are going to have basic attack, gives me damage mitigation. These are not the best legs I could ever have. They have 3 damage bonuses. This necklace, oh my god, this necklace is like the best thing I've ever seen in my life. It's not 100% min-max, but oh my god, this thing gives shadow damage over time, plus damage, so now I have 40% additive damage to my dot skills, okay? It gives 3 ranks of gloom, which is going to be a crazy amount of additional bonus shadow damage, and it gives me cooldown reduction, which is great. Most importantly, you want to have the Shadow Blight passive here, so when you get damage with Shadow Blight 10 times, it will give you 180% bonus damage. You want this on your amulet, okay? For the rings, you're going to put the Decrepify, Iron Maiden, Aura of the Damned on your ring, okay? Your other ring is going to have Bone Prisons, spawns a Blight. This is going to be great, okay? Into the skill tree, we're going to keep this super duper quick. I've sacrificed my Reapers, my Cold Mages, and my Golems, okay? The abilities themselves, Corpse Explosion is your main damage dealer. This is going to be really powerful. You also want to have points down into Bone Prison and grab Ghastly Bone Prison to make the enemies vulnerable. Your damage is going to be through the roof. In addition, even though Blight's not on your bar, you want to grab Blight and you want to put 1 point all the way down to Supernatural Blight. This is going to give you a 15% multiplicative damage bonus to enemies within Blight, okay? So what are we doing here? When I deal darkness damage with my Bone Prison, it's going to apply vulnerable, it's going to apply my chill buff for 8% multiplicative, it's going to apply blight for another 15% multiplicative, okay, now we're at 22% multiplicative damage by dropping Bone Spear on their face, and Bone Spear is a great amount of crowd control as well, okay? So that's how this build basically works. It's got 2 curses on here. Okay, I have the Shadow subtree maxed out. You definitely want this. This is what Gloom does. Gloom gives me a chance to stack 3 times. Gloom, this necklace is going to literally give me an 18% increased bonus damage versus not having the necklace on. It's multiplicative. So now I'll get a total of 36% multiplicative damage from Gloom, which will also be activated by the Bone Prison Blight. Okay, so you're going to have that. The reason, again, why I switched to this Corpse Explosion glove is because I want my corpses to run into and explode against the Blight to apply Corpse Explosion to enemies who are stuck inside of the Bone Prison. I don't want to have that be wasted, and here we go. Okay, that is the build. Paragon Tree, I don't want to spend too long on this. I'm not very far, I'm only level 77. But essentially, you're going to grab the damage to crowd control glyph here, since you're chilling everybody. And by the way, since everybody is chilled, okay, you're going to be dealing multiplicative damage to those enemies. When they get frozen, you'll be dealing 20% multiplicative damage to those enemies, okay? The next glyph you're going to want to grab is the Shadow Damage glyph. This is really for defensive purposes. This is going to give you a stacking up to 10% damage reduction from all enemies when you deal damage to them, okay? Shadow Damage. The next glyph we're going to grab, I don't have this maxed out yet, but Territorial, this is really, really nice. Again, I'm getting this for the damage mitigation. Okay, I don't really care about the damage, although damage is great. I really want this, and it's not a leveled up glyph, but I really want this to get the damage mitigation. Okay, and let's go ahead and kill some things. So I'm in level 41, Nightmare Dungeon. Let's see what happens. I want to find some people to kill. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and drop this. Oh yeah, they're breaking out. Look at the amount of damage that is just happening. It's just happening. These guys are just dying. I didn't even pop a Corpse Explosion. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pop that now. You can see my armor bonus is maxed out right now. It is now maxed out, and the amount of damage that is coming out from this build is absolutely insane. Let's see if we can't find some elite packs to kill and really make this beautiful, okay? The other thing is your Bone Prison will actually get activated and its cooldown reduced by the Decrepify ore that I'm running on my Malignant Gem, my Malignant Heart. Okay, so that makes this build super duper powerful. It's really, really interesting, and I like it. Okay, I mean, just look at the damage just rolling off this guy's face. It's not too bad, guys. The crowd control. Oh, I get stunned. I got stunned in a dot. Oh my goodness. The crowd control for this build is absolutely insane. Okay, I'm still going to be tweaking a few things. The build is not finalized, but just look at this damage, guys. The damage is through the freaking roof. I love it. Oh my goodness. Let's go ahead and get some Blood Mist going, get some Corpse Generation rocking and rolling. Look at the damage just multiply. It is such a beautiful thing, guys. Cannot even describe. I will get better with this build. My actual rotation, I've been a little bit clunky in this particular video, I apologize. But the ideal rotation I think that we would want to be doing should really be Blood Mist. Well, you want to drop your curse, then you want a Blood Mist. And then as soon as you activate a polo with your Corpse Tendrils, you want to go ahead and make sure you drop Bone Prison right on their face. Get the Blight spawn, get the lucky hits going. Start activating all of your crowd control. It's just going to be absolutely insane, dude. And as you know, crowd control and continuous dot damage is going to be continuing to activate your shadow bonuses for this build. Look at this. Oh my god, dude. There's just so much death and destruction. I got an ancestral chest. Look at that. Put that on. What an interesting day we're having, guys. Wow, that's like my 5th unique today. It's crazy. Alright, so like and sub if you enjoyed this video. I love you guys a long time. Randy out.